What's up, YouTube? This week I am going to be reviewing the Smash Up game series. So as I said, I will be reviewing Smash Up the series, not one individual game. There are multiple expansions for Smash Up, and I have several of them, and in this particular case I am displaying the big geeky box, which houses all those expansions very easily. It's very spacious. And let's get into the overview of the game. Smash Up is a card game with sort of sci-fi fantasy themes, and what you do is you lay out these bases, which allows you to score points, and each player takes two of the themes, or themed decks, I guess you would say. So in this case out here I have ninjas and zombies, so you'll basically be playing with zombie ninjas. And there's several other ones that range from vampires to aliens to princesses and unicorns and things like that. So that's all the content of the game, really. You also have these sort of markers that come with the expansions to keep track of your points and whatnot. But basically the game plays out pretty simply. Each player takes two decks, shuffles them together, and that forms your deck. Each deck has minion cards and action cards, and each turn you can play one minion card and one action card. Some cards will allow you to play more on your turn and whatever, but that's basically the gist of it. You play the cards on these bases, and you're trying to break the base. The base has a point total on it, and you're trying to break the base and have the most points towards that point total. If you do, you get the highest value on the card, or at least the first value on the card. Some bases are different, but that's the basic gist of Smash Up. It's a pretty kind of a quick game to play on and understand. But let's get into the components. As I mentioned, with the components, you basically just have the cards and these point tracking tokens. That's about it, but the cards are good quality cards. I really like them. The artwork is excellent across the board. There's so many different themes if you get all the expansions and everything. And these boxes are heavy duty. And this box in particular, the big geeky box, makes a great addition to your set, because the original box, which is actually behind me here, that just doesn't cut it for all the expansions. So you get this big geeky box. It's got real thick cardboard. It's real sturdy. It's a great box. Components are excellent for this game. This game is relatively easy to teach to players and everything and understand. Like I said, the basic gist is you get to play one minion card and one action card per turn out of your hand, unless the cards state otherwise. Basically, you just follow the rules of the card, and it's pretty self-explanatory. There's a couple of times you might have a question as things get a little bit more complicated, but overall, that's really it. You have a hand, you look at the cards and understand what they do and how they play on the board. It's pretty self-explanatory once you just start getting into it. Is the game fun? It's really fun. It's a very fun game for fewer people. Now, when you get all these expansions, you can actually play with a lot more people. But I find this game works really well when you play with less than 4 people or less, basically. Otherwise, it kind of begins to drag on, and turns take a long time, and it takes a long time to get back to you. So this game works really well with probably 3 to 4 players. It can be played 2 players, and it's okay 2 players, but it's definitely suited for a 3 to 4 player range. And if you have that, it's an excellent game. So the overall grade for this game is going to be an S rank. I mean, this is a great game with all the expansions. This whole series is just great. it's a quick to pick up card game, fun game with the right sized group. Younger kids might have a hard time understanding all the text and things on the cards and how that works, but the game recommends 12 plus, so keep that in mind with younger kids. I haven't even tried to play it with my younger kids yet, but it's a great game, and if you haven't played it, get the first box set there. That'll get you everything you need to get going, and then pick up the expansions if you like it. There's a lot to pick from, and as always, subscribe to my channel and stay up to date with everything I'm doing on social media, in particular Facebook. I post most updates there. And until next time, keep YouTubing it up.